Hello and welcome to the Nexus. It's a video I never ever thought I would have to do or talk about really, but it appears that Eaglemoss have ceased trading. I never really wanted to do this sort of video, but we need to discuss this because it has sort of problems all the way across the spectrum. So I want to tell you about what I feel about it and what I think is going to happen and stuff like that. Obviously, at the moment, I don't know what's happening with any of the collections. The website, the call centre, the warehouse, it's all gone. I would imagine that any part work that isn't finished is never going to be finished now. Any collections or anything due to you, you ain't going to get. It means things like the Titanic, the Eleanor, Enterprise, XO1, DeLorean, they're all gone. They're all gone. Obviously a Batmobile will never come out now. No more Star Trek ships. No more sci-fi ships in general. No more Doctor Who. I don't know what to say. I think the writing was on the wall for a while, but yeah, I don't know what to say. And like I said, I think this has an effect further than Eaglemoss. It will destroy confidence in the part work and collecting community, because there's going to be that over people's heads now. There's going to be that cloud over people, whether or not that they are going to get their models at the end of the day. And it proves something that I never thought was going to be possible, where you're seriously going to be asking the questions now whether is it worth me doing a build now, because they could go at any minute, they could pull it at any second, and I'll be down money. I feel for people that have done sort of a year subscription and stuff like that. I don't know what's happening with the merchants. I don't know anything at the moment. This is probably going to be another video to explain other stuff when it comes out. But I know that there was a lot of pre-orders and people have paid for them. I don't know what's happening with all of that. Their books that they were due out, I know that I've got one of the Star Trek books, and it was only volume 1. There was definitely going to be a volume 2. I don't know what's happening with that. I would imagine all the stock will be sold off. It's an asset, so it would be sold off fairly cheap, I would imagine. But to who, I don't know. How we're going to get hold of stuff, I don't know. I don't know, other partwork companies might come along, but then again, would you trust them to fulfill that? And like I said, other partwork companies are going to be looking at this and thinking, why did a company that's been around for 40 years or 30 years even, yeah, I think it's 30 or 40 years, has collapsed, and so dramatically. So I think it will have a ripple effect, because a lot of companies might then turn around and go, maybe the money isn't there, maybe it isn't there in partworks anymore in the US and in the UK, and a lot of companies might pull back on what partworks get released and where. So yeah, I think it's a shame it's happened, but we move on. It's going to be interesting what happens going forward. I don't think I don't know what's going to happen. They had lots of pre-orders in. Star Trek was one of their main focus, and the thing that made them lots of money. Maybe we'll never know what exactly happened. what led to the downfall of Eaglemoss. My hope is that another company comes through, or another another partwork company comes along, maybe picks up their partworks. At this point, we don't know. It'll be a shame for things like the Star Trek ships, the Doctor Who collection, and things like that to disappear completely. But at this point, I don't know who would take them on. It's, yeah, they had some very highs, but I think the last couple of years have been, well, it's been dramatic for everyone, isn't it? We've had viruses and shipping problems, and that's obviously affected them more than anything else. But I think if you're in the partwork business and you see a company that's, you know, been going for 30 years and you see this happening, you were definitely going to be questioning how, why, and sort of, I don't know, sort of just questioning things, saying maybe we pull back on some of the partworks, maybe we don't release as many anymore to play it safe. We do not want to end up like Eaglemoss. You know, obviously they do more stuff than the partwork side of it. You know, I think the biggest side of them was Star Trek and Star Wars, and it was their ships and their figurine collection. But I think the partwork side was, you know, maybe that's what we like I said, we'll never know, but it's going to have a rippling effect beyond Eaglemoss, because, like I said, I think a lot of people will be questioning whether or not partworks is sustainable here. Maybe not in the short term, but long term it might be more sustainable, but in the short term it might not be. It means that collections, they might start pulling from doing test runs and things like that. You know, Eaglemoss used to do them. Eaglemoss pulled out of the newsagents. Maybe that was one of the catalysts for it. I don't know. It was done to save money at the time. And yeah, it's just a bit of a sad day. All those people that have lost their jobs, us that will never now complete the Enterprise build, the Eleanor Ecto 1. You could say other companies come along and pick them up, but they're in the business of making money, so, you know, they're not going to care about if you pick this up at Eaglemoss. You know, even if Hachette or Gora or D'Agostini, even if they pick this up, they will expect you to collect it from issue 1 onwards. They will not want you to. They're not going to say, well, you collect it from Eaglemoss and you're on issue whatever, you can then start from that. That's not going to happen. But we'll see. Maybe I'll do a few more of these videos when we know more information. But yeah, I hope it could have been better news, but it's not. So we'll see you at the next one.